Why is body language so important? Whether you're speaking to a classroom, speaking to a giant auditorium full of people, speaking just to someone one-on-one on an intimate conversation, your body language, such as your movements and your gestures, could be so important on how you're trying to convey the message that you're sending. In an article I read, Gretchen Foley stated that 60 to 65% of our communication is nonverbal. So today, I wanted to focus more on all of the aspects of your body language, where it's from your movement of your body, your hand gestures, or even your head, and also your facial expressions. Facial expressions are huge. So, I mean, if you think about it, all of this is true. If I was to stand there with my arms crossed as you were approaching me, not say a word, and just have a look of disgust on my face, you probably wouldn't think that the next thing out of my mouth was, "Oh my God, you look so cute today." No, those don't go hand in hand together. You would want to be more welcoming, arms open, smile on your face, and then you would think something positive was going to come out of my mouth. Your body movement and the gestures that you make are super important because, just as explained before, it can convey a totally different message. One, let's start talking about movement. I, however, today am sitting in a chair, which I probably shouldn't be doing, but I have a back injury and this is the best I could do today. But if you were on a stage, you would want to take over the entire stage. You would, not want to be pacing back and forth like you're frantic and anxious, but you wouldn't want to stand in one place with your arms against your side and just speaking out words. You would sound like a robot. You would lose interest from your audience. If me personally, I was watching somebody, I'd want someone with a presence that's going to keep me open and give examples of their concepts and be happy and expressive about what they're trying to talk about. Other things are hand gestures. As you've noticed, I talk a lot with my hands. I usually can be very loud too, but I thought I'd calm it down for this. You want to use your hands. I feel like when people use their hands a lot, it just shows their emotion. It feels like they're really into it. So say that if I just stood here and had my hands clasped and just talked for 5 minutes, it'd be a little boring, right? Also too, there's very, I guess you could say, objective hand gestures, if you know what I mean, that people can do that can upset people, but it gets the point across that you're very angry. We won't do those on the video, but hand gestures mean a lot. Even a head nod. Say someone's speaking to you and you're the listener for once and not speaking. Just with a simple head nod means you're agreeing, you're listening, you understand them. Even if you shake your head like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe they just did that." That's showing that you're listening and that you're being active. Now, if you're standing there on your phone and you're just spewing out words, are people really going to listen to you? I mean, you're not even interested in what you're speaking about. I believe it makes your story come alive when you're more expressive with your hands, your body language, and you're moving. Now let's talk about facial expressions. I am the worst at this. If I am not talking to somebody, if I am just sitting there driving in a car, I look mad a lot, which I try not to do, but I do notice that. So, facial expressions. When you're speaking to the public, you should try and keep a positive attitude, not be frowning, not look like you're upset that you're having to deliver this conversation to somebody. You just want to be more appearing to the eye. You want people to pay attention to you. If I sat here pissed off and okay, so today we're gonna talk about body language, doesn't seem like I'm very happy about it, right? Also too, you want to show emotion, you want to show eye contact. If I was talking to somebody and they were looking down at their phone the whole time or had their arms crossed, I would think that they're not paying attention. My mom is key on this. Never talk to my mom when she's on the phone. As much as I feel that body language is super important when you're speaking to an audience, I feel like it's super important for your audience to be listening to. If I was giving this in front of a group of people, thank you COVID, I would pay attention to them. I would want to make sure that they're making eye contact back with me, maybe that they're agreeing or not disagreeing. If they're disagreeing, okay, everyone's open to their own opinion, but at least I know that they're listening. Now, if they're sitting there with their arms crossed, they're rolling their eyes, they're talking to the person next to them or on their phone like most people do these days, I wouldn't feel like I'm being listened to. It would kind of make me be like, well, why am I giving this conversation anyways, you know? But I am a true believer that body language goes a long way. I am a first person to say that sometimes my body language does not come across how I'm trying to make it. And it's just one of those things that we definitely need to be more aware of. In closing, I would just like to remind you that how we say things and how we do things is all by our own choice. Whether it's habit or not, we made it our habit. And we created those habits with our movement, with our gestures, and with our facial expressions. So I hope this was informative. Again, I'm sorry I'm sitting, and I hope you guys all have a great day.